They had wealth too. All right. Now, after that happened, it was an empire. The bigger the empire, the better. The more land you could take, that's what you did. All right. So there were a lot of wars. It wasn't the warring states, though, was it? Dr. O'Connor, this isn't the warring states period yet.
No.
All right, but y'all, I'm about to show you a hook, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Empire, something that you can relate to. But today, what we're going to learn about are the gunpowder technology empires: Ottoman, Safavid. So did I say it right? Mughal, China, and Japan. All right, we're going to talk about all those. And then the words that are on your vocabulary will explain what they mean with a short definition. And then you'll have a grasp of it. Then we'll come back to it. But really, what you need to learn is what's on here. You got it so far? All right, so now, Coach, look on that top one. I'm not promoting the girl. That's what I'm doing.
The thing about empires, the bigger you build them, the more your enemies want to knock them down. Let them have their fun. You and I will revisit them soon enough. Do you want to come and play? Game of War. Play for free now from the App Store.
Click the second one for me, Coach. We'll watch all three, and then we'll talk about it.
Listen! That's destiny calling. It's daring you to seize it. Some of you shall die on this day. But stand with your alliance, and there's nothing to fear other than what's about to come out of those trees. Even though the Minotaur has never lost, I believe in you.
I'll be darned. I said, the what? He gonna kill all of you.
Play for free now from the App Store.
She was gonna be the first one. Wait a minute.
Do we have some real weather? Tell me no practice.
What?
Do we have some real weather?
No, why?
Come and play with me.
Headphones and all
You can meet some of my friends. They're really excited to meet you.
That one arrow would not have killed him.
Game of War. Play for free now from the App Store.
All right. So, anyone want to take a shot at why I showed you those?
No, tell you, this is us. This is the
little
main.
boys fight again.
What do you say?
So, have anything to do with the
We're gonna
girl
go.
or the game? Does anyone want to take a shot at why I use that? I try to be relative to what you're learning back in the day to what's going on now. Go ahead.
Because back in the day, the way they built up their empire was.
Yeah, do you think they had leaders that were dressed like that? Do you think there were big dinosaurs like that? So that wasn't real, but that's what period we're learning about. You've seen was it the Super Bowl commercial? Either build an empire or be destroyed. All right, that's my take on the time in history that we are in. People, and that's what we're going to learn about today. All right, I'm going to go through the PowerPoints fast because we're not learning everything in there. We're learning the major parts involved in it that are on your vocabulary, and then we'll come back. So there's some interesting stuff on the PowerPoints I'll show you. Yeah, I get it.
That was a fat guy.
All right, here we go. This is Chinese architecture. Does anybody know what that's called? It's not on your vocabulary. I'm teaching you something today. What is that called? Starts with a P. Pagoda. 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 All right, that's Chinese architecture. Now look at this. See, I try to make it interesting for you guys. The two up top are the same picture, and the one down bottom is from China. These are in America. What is that?
That is Indianapolis.
Indianapolis 500. You ever heard of that? That's pagoda style. That's taken from the Chinese architecture. Has nothing to do with your vocabulary. I just wanted to show you because you may be interested when you see that. They took that from the Chinese. That's actual Chinese. You ever seen a Chinese restaurant?
Yeah.
That has that type of architecture on it? For real? All right, here we go.
I want to live in a house.
All right. This is interesting. What did I tell you we were going to do? I told you we were in the exploration age. If it was all the history books were written correctly, we could move forward and learn about everything. But we're doing what? We're on China, having to go back in time before the exploration age. Did the Chinese sail?
Yeah.
They explored. Were they successful?
No.
Not by what we've taught you. They're not. But you remember the ships we've taught you? So we're going back in time. We're looking at China, how they built their empire up to speed. We know about this. We've already learned this, so that's why I'm going over. All right, here's a good word, vocabulary. Isolation. Who wants to take a shot at that? We have isolation plays in football.
You stay in one area,
What's isolation? Hold on. Go ahead. What's isolation mean to you? What does isolation mean? You ever got in trouble and had to isolate yourself in your room? Staying to yourself, to isolate yourself. Okay? China was known for isolation. Yeah, that too. All right. And then Japan, as you'll learn later, follows China's lead because of their ideas, and they are isolated. All right? All right. China was doing well. The Europeans wanted to trade more with China. But China was isolated. They said, we don't need anybody else. All right? But then they opened their ports up to the Dutch. They opened up their ports. You could trade with them on their terms. You think the Europeans like that? Mm-hmm. Europeans wanted it all back then, right? I think these. All right, vocabulary. Manchu. What is it? Star. How many minutes you got?
8. You got a low battery.
Okay.
It's 8.
Manchu? What was the answer? It's a town, it's a community, right? The leader is, pronounce it? Okay. So your vocabulary, you know now Manchu is a community. Okay? He's the leader. Kanji. Whoops, sorry. That must be him. Good looking guy. Alright, he's the emperor. There's your facts on him. Alright, here's what I talked about isolationism. If you wanted to trade with China, you had to trade at special ports and pay taxes that they wanted you to trade. What did China have to trade that was so valuable?
Silk.
And silk and porcelain were the main two. All right, here you go. I already told you this. The Dutch accepted the restrictions.